What's up, YouTube? Welcome to nap time. I'm Randy.
And I'm Shelley.
Together we converted this school bus into our tiny house on wheels.
And now we're traveling the United States, living the nomadic lifestyle.
So come along and join us on our journeys.
And please don't forget to like and subscribe.
And thumbs up. Okay guys, let me tell you, if you own a Thomas bus and you've got these really cool mirrors and you're 6'4", it's a bad combination. I just keep constantly forget they're there, scalping myself in both directions. It's ridiculous. Anyhow, I thought I'd give you guys an up-to-date on where we're at here. We're back at the shop where we built the bus, and we came in just to do some maintenance. So the biggest issue we were having was the bus getting warm whenever we'd go over a big mountain pass. So as long as I took off early in the morning and got over the mountain passes before it was really hot, I haven't overheated since, but I have seen it creep up and down every time, and I'm really tired of having to turn on the defroster and the heater, and then I have to blow a fan on myself because it gets warm up there where you're driving. So that's the story. We came in, pulled the radiator, took it to the radiator guy, and that was really kind of funny because when he called back and said, "Hey, you've really got poor flow on that radiator," I was like, yeah, that's good news. So if we get it cleaned out, then it should help solve that problem, at least minimize it. I don't know if I'll ever be able to, not have to worry about going over a pass. We got that removed from the bus. Joe helped me pull it out, which it's not super easy to pull out. And then the best advice I got with the radiator hoses was, they're 18 years old, just replace them all right now. So I'm doing that also, that's another layer to the job. So here's the radiator hoses that I've replaced. So it's kind of cool because it just takes those short sections. Here's where the radiator was. So we got that all out. There's another hose that I replaced down there. I'm still trying to get two 90-degree corners that go up here. So that's all in process. So since we were in here where there's access to some really great equipment, the skid plate on the back of the bus was bent, from getting drug across stuff, and it's back there to protect that rear radiator hose, goes across there, protects that and some other hydraulic hoses in the back. So I pulled that off. I actually had to grind the bolts off that because they were rubbed off so far you couldn't get a wrench on them anymore. So I pulled that drag plate off, and once I got that off, I could see I had a leak on the power steering line. So that has been a little bit more challenging because you can't just replace the hose because it's 40, well, you could, but it's a 40-foot long hose. I was not able to find any joints in that hose. It goes from clear at the back all the way to the steering box clear at the front. So I've been dealing with that, and it's really in a tight spot down there. It was hard to get the old fitting out. Basically, we're using a infield hydraulic fitting that you can install it on the end of your hose in the field. It's not very popular, and it's not a choice it's not something that I would choose to do, but versus dropping the floor out of the underbase, dropping the water tank to be able to access that hydraulic line, or just cut that hydraulic line off and reroute another one all the way up there. I chose to go with the repair fitting. So that's where we're at on that power steering line leak. And yeah, so that led me to learning even more about the bus. The fact that it's kind of silly that I didn't know, but the power steering reservoir has a couple of filters. So there's a couple of filters, and you can see it on the instructions right there. You're supposed to change those filters out annually. Well, I've got that all drained because we put the repair end on that line down there, which you can see that right there. And then here's the bad fitting that we cut off. So to sum it up, oh, and I put a new overflow tank. Let me show you that. So here's a new overflow tank that I put in because this area down here on the old one was having issues. Plus, if the valve on the overflow tank don't work properly, it can cause a big problem. So all the stuff that we are doing here is basically preventive maintenance, and the radiator is gonna, it definitely needed to be at least re-cored the way that it was, the upgraded core. I hope that helps us out a little bit. I'm not an expert on this stuff, so only way we'll find out is to drive it down the road. But I'm this far with all that service stuff, so I'll probably just go ahead and change the oil filters and do an oil change while we're here too, and that'll all be done. So I'll be ready to get back out there and be the road warrior that I am. Yeah. So my my little foray to change out the radiator, it's taken a bit of a turn, but and thank God for Joe helping me, because that last part, when you had to get in there and get that thing loose in a very tight spot, and then you have to use a slitter disc to slice that hose and clean it up and put the repair end on it.
Oh, if you guys could have seen what he looked like when he was done, he was just a mess.
At least Joe was dirty when he started.
Yeah, I didn't even want to let him in the bus. It was like, no, just, you need to strip right here.
So tell him what you've been doing.
Well, Randy's been outside doing all of that. I've been going in through the inside of the bus, went through all of the totes in the back, and pretty much we've been out for 8 months, and if we didn't use it, it is out of here. It's like,
it's harsh, people. It's harsh.
It's like 8 months. Even in the pantry, I found stuff, towards the back of the pantry that we hadn't used in 8 months. So I'm like, why is this in here? It's taking up valuable space.
It's harsh.
But I have freed up a couple of totes in the back, so we have more storage, and just kind of reorganized and did some deep cleaning and
free up the underbays. We are going through the totes and the underbays, cleaning them out, trying to get everything organized so that when we do travel, if we have to hit a Walmart or whatever, that it's not an issue. Because
the objective is not to have anything in the back of the bus, because it was just too easy for Randy to throw stuff back there because the bed was up and we had that great big room back there. So it's like, oh, we're not going too far, let's just throw it in the back of the bus, until we had to stay at a Walmart one night. Yeah.
Well, then you can't just put it out on the ground at Walmart, because somebody will steal it when you fall asleep. So
in order to get the bed down, we had to move all that stuff. But that was just a reality check. So
well, it's a learning curve.
Yeah. So now we're embracing that and letting go of more stuff, and it is kind of freeing. I like the feeling of letting go of stuff. So
I wish you liked the feeling of fixing hydraulic hoses.
So hey guys, also I replaced all of my purple dots that are up in the headers. Check it out, they look so awesome now.
They can't see them.
Anyhow,
that's where it's at, YouTube. So you're up to date. You know what we're doing. Hope you guys are all having an awesome time and a great weekend coming up when everybody can celebrate with family and friends. Have lots of love and joy in your life.
And we'll just catch you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.